Hey guys, so tonight we're going to be playing some more of the Crew Motorfest because it is Tuesday night, or maybe Wednesday morning for more people. Um, yeah, it's almost 6:30, but you know, lately 6 a.m. has been like my average start time. Rusty, welcome to the stream. You were here right off the bat. Guess the notifications are working at their prime tonight. Anyways, last night I streamed like, I don't know, maybe an hour earlier than this. But, yeah, I was doing Doom the Dark Ages last night. I think I actually ended up, yeah, I think I started at like 5:30, but I streamed for like an hour and a half. So I streamed till like past 7 anyways. But, yeah, anyways. Doing Motorfest tonight. We have a new summit contest this week called Risk Everything, which I put in the title as I usually do with this game. And of course, that title goes along with a kind of a series of titles they've been using for this main stage this whole month. Race anything, ride anywhere, risk everything. And then next week is called Fury and Legacy. So, I mean, they use the same font kind of, but uh, it's obviously a bit different. It doesn't match the theme of the first three titles. Anyways, yeah, so we're halfway through this month now. Hopefully we'll make some more progress on the Legend Pass tonight, maybe even enough to hit level 3 and get that free car. Well, actually, I don't think I get it right away, right? I forgot, actually, how specifically the Legend Pass car works. Like, I don't know if you get it as soon as I hit level 3, or if I don't actually get it until, like, the main stage ends. I'm not sure. You might actually get them right away. Anyways, I think it was last week that had sort of like an F1 theme and stuff. No, that was 2 weeks ago actually, I think. Last week I think had a bike theme. I don't know, I don't really remember. I only streamed like 3 days last week, but I did stream on Tuesday night. I did stream Motorfest last week, so we've caught the last 2 weeks in game. And I don't remember actually I'm pretty sure last week was a bike themed one. Based on the pictures I'm seeing for this week, these change weekly, right? I don't remember that either, to be honest. I'm seeing a McLaren Senna GTR, I think. There's an F1 car there and a plane as well, so it could be more of a mixed sort of theme this week, I don't know. We'll find out shortly. Let's check out the weekly bundle. Since they've stopped putting the weekly bundle on the top, like, thumbnails here, they just don't put the weekly bundle up here anymore. I don't know why. I mean, they always have it on display here in the shop, but, yeah. Also, yeah, those thumbnails must definitely change weekly because the two cars that are in the special bundle this week are two vehicles. One is a car, McLaren Senna GTR, as I correctly noticed. I've been kind of slacking on my like car knowledge lately, but you know, I'm still a pro. You know what I'm saying? I'm still new to this Senna GTR. Planes, however, I know nothing about. So this is the Zivco Edge 540 V3, which I already own this. I do kind of recognize it, but I barely do any flying in this game, only when I have to for a summit. But yeah, I already own this, so the bundle's kind of discounted. It still costs a lot. So I guess the Senna GTR on its own normally costs 1.4 million. With the 20% off, it's still over $1 million. I'm probably not going to spend that on this. Cool car, but yeah, I don't know. It's not like on my wish list, and I probably don't want to spend $1 million on that. Anyways, that's the bundle this week. Only 2 vehicles. I think they did one recently that had like 4 vehicles. Maybe that was last week or the week before. I don't know. It's hard to remember everything that goes on in this game, which is actually kind of a good thing. Games that have a lack of content, it's always kind of easy to remember like exactly what's going on, but when it's hard to remember what I'm doing in a game, that means that there's just a lot to do, you know, which is something that I like about this game. I love how there's new content every week. And my mostly high opinion of this game is not, you know, I'm not sponsored or anything, obviously. My channel isn't big enough for that. So, I have mostly positive opinions about this game, and they are all genuine. Probably the best thing that this game does besides graphics is just, you know, content, regular updates, content, events, new stuff, and pretty good progression. You can play this game for an hour a week and get most of the main stuff that they are, you know, showcasing. Okay, let me pull up the stream here on my phone. So Rusty was here right when I started. I don't know if he's still here. Live chat, all messages. And I have some Diet Pepsi here, which I've been drinking a bit of lately because we have like a lot of Diet Pepsi right now. It's not as good as normal Pepsi, but it's like, you know, it's not far off. Yeah, for the most part, cola is cola to me. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, Coke or Pepsi. It doesn't matter if it's original, diet, zero. They almost all taste exactly the same. Alright, so we're going to start off as we usually do. Check out the custom show. See what the theme is. Was it, okay, yeah, I think last week was kind of the bike theme. So, I got 4 hearts on my Harley Davidson last week, which is cool, but I'm still in bronze. Like, I remember like a year ago in this game getting 2 hearts, so you can always heart your own vehicle. That's why it says 3+1. It's like they kind of encourage you to like your own entry. But like I remember like multiple times I think just getting like one heart, so one other like besides mine, which put me at 2 hearts, and that would be enough for silver. Because I'd have to imagine there's so many people entering vehicles into the custom show that don't even get votes at all. Like there's probably so many people that don't have any hearts because they didn't even like themselves, so they have 0. I have 4, but I'm still in bronze, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's whatever, you know. The custom show isn't too big of a deal. And I did get platinum on it once, a long time ago. Looks like the demon got first place. I kind of expected that. Also, this is one of those weeks where the second place vehicle got the same amount of hearts, but they don't show it as well. I feel like if there's a tie with first and second, they should just show both vehicles. But yeah, the custom show theme last week was like really weird. It was like a bunch of bikes and then just the Dodge Demon for some reason. So I think I called it before I even looked at kind of like the custom showroom or whatever. Half the entries there were demons, and then there was just bikes for the other half. I found that weird how the Demon was like the only car you could do. So I opted for a bike, but maybe I should have done my Demon instead. I don't know. Anyways, that's that. Also, I was very close to getting silver because for the custom show, I think it's top 20k is silver. I was in the top 25k. So if I had one more heart, I probably would have gotten silver. I don't even know. Okay, it just would have been 50k bucks. I guess the XP is probably better, but yeah. Obviously, I'd still get the XP for bronze if I got silver as well. Okay, so that was Ride Anywhere and Race Anything. No. Okay, I remember one of the custom shows very recently having a theme where literally it was like a specific car, like one car. It was the only option for the custom show, and I didn't want to buy it, so I opted out of the custom show just that one time. I thought that was last week or maybe the week before. But the winner for 2 weeks ago is some like vintage car, so it's definitely not the one that I remember. I don't know. Okay. I kept calling this Fury N Legacy because I wasn't sure what that little symbol is. I don't know, they just got like a little square beside Legacy. It's just Fury Legacy. See, it's spelled out underneath. So Fury Legacy is the finale for this main stage. That's next week. Tonight we have Risk Everything. Platinum reward is a rooftop. The Rocket Company. Okay. Well, let us see what the custom show theme is. The bundle is giving me kind of a pro racing impression because we have one plane and one racing car. Modern racing supercars. Okay. Modern racing supercars is sort of an interesting categorization. So, this game is not perfect when it comes to classifying cars. And most people, like in the real world, when it comes to these cars in real life, also are not good at classifying, you know, what is a supercar versus a sports car versus a hypercar. Even like car enthusiasts. At least like in modern times, a lot of people can't even define really what is unique about a supercar or a hypercar. A normal Corvette C8 wouldn't be a supercar, in my opinion. I would consider that a sports car. But the C8R I know is a lot more extreme, and it's a racing car. So in this game, its category is racing. But I guess you could call this a racing supercar. Like the new Corvette Z06, and especially the ZR1, I would consider supercars. So this would be more like a hypercar, this electric R from Volkswagen, but it's also racing. The Ferrari FXXK is obviously based on the LaFerrari, which everyone agrees the LaFerrari is a hypercar. That's a step up from a supercar. But then you also have a lot of people that just consider hypercars as supercars, which that's fine too. Fragger, aka Snowflake, says Game Slayer talking to ghosts. Not really. There's a few people watching, including you, right? Since you're in chat. Saline S7R is also more like, yeah, I think the S7 is more of a hypercar, but this car is old actually. This is 2000, which you wouldn't really consider a car from 2000 a modern car, but in this game, modern means like 2000 and up. So anything pre 2000 is no longer modern. Lamborghini Essenza SCV12. This car is probably a perfect example of a racing supercar. Bugatti Bolide, definitely more of a hypercar. Pagani Zonda R. Yeah, more of a hypercar, but this car is pretty old too, 2008. McLaren 12C GT3 would also be a good example of a racing supercar. Anyways, modern racing supercars, this is what comes up. So, what do I have here? 8 options. So these are 8 racing cars that I own. Maybe like, I don't know how many racing cars I own, to be honest, at this point. But this is probably like half of them. So these are just cars that you could classify as supercars or higher, like hypercars as well. And yeah, I'd say all of these could definitely be considered a supercar or better. Question is, what should we use? I think the Corvette. I was using this a bit recently because it was a part of a bundle or whatever, but yeah, this is still my newest racing car, I think. C8R, so yeah, let's go with this tonight. Yeah, this car is new. I like it too. I think it's pretty cool. I remember it driving well. Corvette C8R. This is a pretty good modern racing supercar, as they phrase it. Oh, I forgot this is for the custom show. I'm kind of dumb. For the custom show, I probably don't want to enter this car considering it's still like stock. It doesn't have any customization on it at all. I thought we were about to do a race. I need to get focused on what we're actually doing. This is still a custom show, so I was more focused on like what to actually classify these cars as. This S7R is probably the only one that I have that has like, you know, a rotary or like alternate plates on it. But actually, I was gonna say that this was a community rep, but it's not. This is one by Ivory Tower. I think it lets you do the general liveries. The rest of my racing cars don't have any customization on them. And most of them have very limited customization options. And most of them just change the paint color. Okay, this S7R has a livery on it, which I think is pretty cool. And it's not a custom one made by another player. This was a livery by, normally this car is silver, but it was considered an exclusive livery, so it's made by those, which means I think it's allowed for custom shop. Alright. Saline S7R is going to be my modern racing supercar. I wouldn't really consider this car modern, but obviously it's not like classic either. Not even retro, it's 2000. When you think of modern cars, like the last 10 years or... Anyways, S7R is in. This is my competition. Alright, look variety here. Look at this stuff. I also want to change up my character's outfit. I've had this one for a long time now. So, if I remember, we'll do that at the end of stream rather than now. Because I do want to get to some racing. At the end of the stream, if I remember, I'll change up my character's drip. Get him, or just get him unlocked clothes from other main stage rewards or whatever. Okay, so we got a challenge done there for custom show. Now we're moving on to the summer contest, and then we'll see what we'll be driving. If we're sticking to that modern racing supercar theme, then I guess it'll be a pretty cool one this week. Let's see. As long as last week. Yeah, last week was definitely cool. Definitely. Okay, Platinum reward this week is a pretty cool nitro. Rocket Company nitro. And you can get a free Gordon Murray Automotive 250 gold. Also, Gordon Murray Automotive is a channel. So, alright, well, only one race that we can't do this Sunny GTO. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend $1 million on that just to one extra living grades. Get some feats there, long jump, bullseye, low altitude, these are all, well, these two are no restriction. The long jump is Alpha GP, and I noticed the background thumbnail is F1 power off-road, which I guess this game makes you do very rarely, but it's just absolutely wild, obviously. F1 car is like the opposite of what you want to be driving off-road. Snowflake's still champions, let's see. I'm watching an old video. Holy shit, bro. What do you mean? You're still on this stream, Snowflake? Watching one of my old videos? And what's surprising about that? Are you listening to like your voice on one of my older videos? My voice? Even my voice was a bit lighter. Like if you go back to my oldest streams or videos on this channel, when I started this channel I was 16. But at that point my voice, you know, was mostly dropped. Really, my old YouTube channel is where you see a lot of differences, but you know, the channel got taken down, so we just have this channel. So the oldest content of myself on YouTube is going back to 2021. I still have very long hair and my voice is a bit lighter. But yeah, it's pretty deep. Okay, skating on thick sand. This is our first event, which is a loaned Alpha GP. Which is a bit strange because the bundle only had the Senna and the Flame, which, yeah, we have two races that are loaned for Alpha GP. We also have a loaned jet race. We have a loaned monster truck, and then we have one race with the Flame. It's actually super rig. I feel like almost always the jet and the monster truck obviously are strange. The Alpha GP, I don't know if this is going to be the same car or two different ones. In the picture that looks like one of the Red Bull F1 cars I have, so it could be a car that I use a lot actually. It's the Red Bull RP18, that's my main Alpha GP car. What do we have? Yeah, it's the RP18. Okay, I guess I'm okay with this. Maybe I'll actually be pretty good in this race because I know how to drive this car. But it would also kind of be cooler if, you know, usually for a loaned race, it's cool when I can test out a car like that actually. Actually, this I use this all the time. Snowflake said, what happened, man? What do you mean, what happened? You gotta, like, explain what you're trying to convey here, Snowflake. So, you said you were watching an old video. I'm assuming one of mine. Your mic is terrible. Is it still doing that, or is it better? So yeah, we're calling it Canadian mic too. Well, that's what people have been calling it, because yeah. Also, everything is dead, that's what I mean. Okay. Yeah, well, at least with Siege. Siege, obviously, things fell off. terms of my mic, this is the same mic I've always used, but I think there's something wrong with my headset. My connection with the mic is not great. Let me know if it's still acting up. Because I'm purposely sitting forward like this to give the cord more slack so that it won't, you know, sound so dumb. Unplug. Alright. Never mind. So it's better now? Because this is what usually happens. You know, people tell me it sounds bad and then they say, oh, never mind, it's back to normal now. But then it'll happen again. So when it happens, just let me know. Just say Canadian mic or something. It literally just fixed. Yeah, it does that. That's the state of my mic currently. Anyways, let's get into this first race. Alpha GP Red Bull RB18. Okay. This is literally an off-road Alpha GP race. Also, I know this track. I think they do this track as a kind of a troll, to be honest. This is like a very tiny off-road track that comes up all the time in summit contests. They bring this thing back like, I don't know, probably at least once per main stage. Like at least once per month. And I'm noticing this actually doesn't feel as bad as it should. And I think they've done something to the RB18. In this game you can't like change the category of a vehicle. You can't put like off-road parts on an Alpha GP car. It's not like Need for Speed. But I know there's like pro settings and stuff. And I noticed, I was going to mention it before we started, but I forgot. I was literally going to point out that I noticed this RB18 is not stock. Normally the loaned vehicles always have the stock appearance. With this RB18 you could tell that the tires were different, which you can change that in customization as a part of vanity. But F1 tires are always big, like fat and flat. They're always like, they have maximum like air pressure, and the tires are super flat, like no tread at all. But I could tell these tires were treaded, like rally tires. I think we've literally got some sort of rally build on this F1 car, because it's not driving that bad at all. I'm actually going to use nitro here too. Like this is, for an F1 car off-road, this is driving so well. Yeah, that was absurd. I was expecting this to be way harder to handle. I thought it was just going to be drifting all over the place. That was pretty good. We essentially just did an off-road drift race in an F1 car. Crazy. Okay, looks like I'm already in platinum just off that one event, because obviously, you know, it's the first day of the week, the summit contest. As always, I'll probably be in bronze by the time the week ends, but we're platinum for now, top 10k. Next up is Fight or Flight, which we're going to be using a jet. And I'm pretty sure so far there's only one jet in this game. I think it's just called like the Alpha Jet. I don't know, let's find out. Yeah, Dassault Aviation Alpha Jet, Red Bull Edition. So technically there's two jets in this game, because there's the Alpha Jet and there's the Alpha Jet Red Bull Edition. This is the Red Bull one. But they added this thing to the game like a few months ago, and they just kind of like announced it as like a new a new vehicle type, jets. Not to be mistaken with planes, because jets in this game are a lot faster. Like this Alpha Jet drives insane. So this is at least my second time using this thing now. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if I can even handle it, because I remember it before. It just felt like a plane, but you're just like using nitrous the entire time. That's what it felt like. It's a little bit crazy. Why is there cars in front of me? Reach top 3. Are we literally racing against cars in a jet? This is so ridiculous, bro. Also, does it want me to fly like super low here, or are you even supposed to... Yeah, you have to take off. There's no way it wants you to take this as like a... There's no way that it just want you to like stay on the ground and just drive it, right? There's no way I'd be able to keep up with the cars. I'm gonna try that though. We're gonna do a little experiment here. See if just driving the plane on ground, on its 3 wheels, can keep up with the cars. I guarantee it will not. Also, I think it might actually force me to lift off, or like as soon as I activate nitro, I might just take off. I don't know. Also, once I start turning, I might take off too. Let's try just driving. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can't steer. You can't steer unless you take off. All right. Let's retry that again. Okay. They definitely want you to actually fly it like a jet, but this is going to be tough because the checkpoints are over top of a highway, like, you know, where the cars are racing. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this one. Like, I don't think we're going to be able to pass this. I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep up with these things without crashing. It's going to be very difficult. And yeah, I have to fly low too, right? Like I can't take off to get these checkpoints. Yeah, at least the checkpoints are like... Alright, this is my last retry, I promise. Maybe not. This might take a few attempts. I'm not going to spend all night on it though, so if I don't think I'm going to get it done, then we'll probably skip this one. The checkpoints are easier to see than I thought. First I was like, what am I... I was just looking at the white circles on the mini-map. But now I see they have those big cones beside the highway, so at least I can kind of see where I can fly. I don't have to be like right above the highway too, we can kind of go up in the air. Just can't go that high. Gotta stay low. Ah, the turning on this thing is bad, bro. I think I remember saying this before last time I used the Alpha Jet, that the turning on this is really bad. It cannot steer as fast as like a normal plane. Like, it's quite bad. Come on. I'm just gonna start like preemptive turning. I think that's kind of the best way to deal with flying vehicles. Preemptive turning. Okay, oh my god, bro. I started... Look how slowly the turning is if you don't, like, tilt the planes. As soon as I start tilting it, it becomes so much harder to control. Especially because of the inverted steering. You know what, I actually wanna look at something here before we retry again. I don't think I've ever done this before, but I've always hated how steering planes in video games is inverted. I guess a lot of people just like it because it's like the standard, but I actually hate it. I think that the planes should steer like cars. And I just like, I'm pretty sure you can make your normal steering inverted if you want, right? So does that mean I can make my inverted plane steering normal? Because that's what I would like to do. Probably be not display. Would that be a part of actually difficulty, accessibility? It's probably in controls. Uh, hmm. So they don't have specific steering settings for different types of vehicles. So if I just make my normal steering inverted temporarily, will that make my steering in the plane normal? Because the plane has inverted steering? Because we're not going to be able to do this race the easy way. This is the kind of one where I'm going to need to be, you know, diving and swerving. I think the only way I'm going to successfully do that in the Alpha Jet is if I can steer it like a car. I don't even know which one of these would change the inversion, right? It's not sensitivity. Direct mode. Linearity. I don't even know what this means. Impact curve inflection. Bro, this is super advanced stuff. This is probably stuff that only people that have like, you know, like an actual steering wheel use. I don't think people on controller even look at this stuff. What about these presets? Because that was on custom. Precise, wild, default. Oh crap. I can't go back to the custom. What did I have? What did I have before? I don't remember ever changing this stuff, but this... I think it said that I had like 20 dead zone. That was on custom. Now all of my steering is going to be different. Maybe my cars are going to feel different now. Is dead zone something that I like want when steering even? Maybe default's just better. I think the rest of this was the same. I'm pretty sure my custom was just default steering, but my dead zone was like 20. Maybe somebody told me to do that like a long time ago, like as a tip or something. I don't know. I was just trying to do inverted steering, but I don't even know how to do that. If anyone knows how, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I guess we'll keep trying with the jet a little bit, and then we'll get back to cars. And if the steering feels off, I'm gonna have to go and put the dead zone to 20 and do custom again, which, yeah, I don't remember ever doing that before. Also, Valentina Lehman, welcome to the stream. Hey bro, I'd really donate, but I don't have money. Could you shout me out, please? Well, I guess I just did shout you out by reading your message. I've actually had a lot of people ask me for shoutouts. I usually always say the same thing. Usually when someone new shows up in chat, I always read their name out. So I basically give anyone a shoutout that's chatting. Alright, anyways, we're gonna go back to this jet race. I don't know, man. This seems a little tough. I don't even think you can invert your steering in this game, which is so weird, because you can do that in, like, Battlefield. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so because we have to steer, you know, more sharply here without the rudders, like, yeah, this is like, this kind of race is not for me. I do not have nearly enough experience, especially with the jet, to be doing this. I can't control this thing, bro. I'm okay with the nice, chill, like, air races when you're in a plane, and they give you lots of space. For this sort of thing, we're going against cars, like above a highway, in a jet, which is much worse at handling than planes. It's faster, so it's just generally harder to control as well. I also have to be flying low, and we have to be matching much sharper checkpoints than you would normally get in a plane race. This is definitely a no-go for me. We're gonna have to abort it. Mission aborted. Moving on. Driving on a tightrope. Apparently this is a loaned monster vehicle, as in a monster truck, so... A Barth 500. I think I actually own this thing. I'm pretty sure I actually had this in the Crew 2, and a Barth was not a recurring brand in the Crew Motorfest, so it took like a year until they got, you know, a Barth to sign on to Motorfest, and then a Barth 500 from the Crew 2 joined my collection in Motorfest. But obviously this one isn't mine. This one is the loaned one, and I think it has a livery on it. Normally I think the Barth 500 Monster Edition is blue. This one has like a winter camo sort of thing. So I think maybe they're getting a little more unique with the kind of the loaned vehicles, because I noticed the F1 car had different tires. This Abarth has a livery on it, which is kind of cool. That makes loaned vehicles more exciting. They're really special, even if it's something simple, which is better than them always looking stock for everybody. I wasn't ready. Just finishing my glass. Okay, slow launch. I'm gonna lose like 2 or 3 seconds on the final time. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna bother restarting. We're just gonna resume and then just go, you know? I'm just gonna go for it. Beat 7 minutes. Okay. Whoa, vehicle speed is fixed. This is a weird race. This is a really weird race. We've never had anything like this, but this is kind of interesting. I feel like this sort of thing, I mean, doing this for 7 minutes might get kind of boring, but if they had like a, I don't know, maybe like a much shorter version of this, but it was like I could do it as like feet. Yeah, just like this. Just like from the start till this checkpoint or whatever. That could be like the feet or something. Oh, okay. Let's see what's happening. The speed is increasing now. I don't know. We're probably doing a few laps where you're just trying to avoid these pylons. So I've only hit 2 so far, but each one you hit, it adds a second to your time at the end. We started at 37 miles per hour cap, which even this monster truck could get to in a few seconds. Now it's capped at 50. It goes down to 49 when I'm turning. Now it's 56. Okay, so yeah, it keeps getting faster. And it's going to be harder to avoid the pylons. So I'm going to try not to just plow through them, which might happen as we get faster. That bit right there is tough. It's very narrow. We're good. So far, so good. Oh, crap. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. I've hit 11 of them now. That's all it takes. You know, you spin out and then you hit the edge. Lose control. Really screws you over. Anyways, we're not gonna worry about it too much. We're just gonna keep going forward. We're still limited to a low speed, but it's up to 62 now, which isn't terribly slow. Oh, crap. God, that part there gets tough on the higher speed now. Because I was gonna say, this car is pretty good at like the non-drift handling, you know, just the normal steering. The only thing is that when it makes you swerve, this thing starts to lose control. Monster trucks are not known for their handling. God damn it, bro. Oh, I can't slow down either. I just realized the brakes don't work. Oh my god. Oh, it's letting me brake here. Wait, what? I'm so confused. I felt like my... Yeah, here my brakes aren't working. Does it turn off the braking, like, specifically when you're doing turns? I don't know, I'm so confused. I still beat the time by, like, that only took me less than half of the allocated time. How many points do I get? Because I hit 38 cones. Okay, not a ton, but not like, you know, super low amounts either. Alright, that was really interesting. It was kind of cool. I mean, it's definitely unique. I wonder if that was just kind of like another sort of troll race, or if that's going to be sort of like a new thing in this game, maybe like kind of a subcategory for monster events. Because that could be cool in some other cases. What I found weird is that in some cases it literally wouldn't let me brake, but then in other cases it would. Without braking, it's actually much worse, even though you ideally want to be going full speed the whole time because it's limiting your top speed. When I wasn't able to brake, you know, like there's no way for me to stop the car, so if I'm swerving, I'm just going to hit like a bunch of cones. But when I was able to hit the brakes, I'm able to just stop it and then just, you know, avoid hitting any cones even though I'm slowing down. Each cone hit adds a second to your time. It's probably better to just, you know, hit the brakes and avoid hitting any. But yeah, when I was driving in the more narrow parts, it wasn't letting me brake, which was a bit weird. Anyways, the next event we're going back to the Alpha GP. I assume it's going to be the off-road, what do we call it? The off-road RB18 again. Loaned Alpha GP. Yeah, so like I said, I noticed this before. You can tell the tires on this RB18 are not stock. Those are not what F1 car tires look like. They put like rally treads on an F1 car, which is like crazy. Does that happen in real life, ever? Do people ever drive F1 cars off-road? Probably not, because it looks like they also raised the suspension on it as well. I noticed that splitter looks like it's pretty high off the ground. So I was going to say, if this thing wasn't even like, you know, if they didn't lift this, even if you have off-road tires on an F1 car, like, the bottom of your car is going to get destroyed. Your splitter is going to get destroyed too. And F1 cars are very expensive, so I kind of doubt that people ever use F1 cars for off-road racing. Maybe that is a thing in real life too. This game likes to explore some less realistic or more obscure types of racing events. So, at least within this game, it's pretty cool. Off-road F1 racing, it's just kind of, you know, if it can be done in a vehicle, you can pretty much do it in this game. You can kind of do anything. So, it's cool. Alright, this looks like more of a full off-road race now. We're doing the black sand volcano race. One of the races in this volcano area. I kind of like these off-road races. They're cool. Fun. Yeah, it's definitely fast. Just gotta hit handbrake. Yeah, this is so weird. Okay, it is definitely harder to handle on-road. On-road, the handling on this car is basically pristine. I use this thing for like a slalom and any sort of events that require handling. It's kind of weird that this is my main F1 car that they've chosen for this. But you can tell they've changed something with it performance-wise. There's something going on. They didn't just change the tire vanity. Because normally, off-road, this thing would not handle like this. For that little, like, you know, drift thing that we were doing earlier, the little like mini circuit, the handling was like basically perfect, like it kind of felt flawless. So here obviously it feels more slippery than, you know, the normal because we're doing an actual race here, but yeah, like this is handling better than most off-road cars. And this is an Alpha GP, which is crazy. That turn there is probably the toughest one because you're going full speed. I have to hit the handbrake. Yeah. Oh my god, I had to hold square there for like 3 seconds. Because you're just going too fast. This is a cool race though. Off-road F1. Also, I think the main reason why this probably doesn't exist in real life is that, you know, the risk of it, which, what was the, oh yeah, Risk Everything is the name of the, that's the name of the summit contest this week, right? Because yeah, I think you'd actually be at a high risk of dying if you tried, you know, off-roading like that in an F1 car, like around a volcano or whatever, with big hills and all that. You'd probably die. F1 cars are dangerous enough on a controlled track, let alone off-roading. Yeah, it's probably just like straight up illegal to drive an F1 car off of a track like anywhere off-road. Because your risk of dying is maybe higher than you think. Anyways, that was cool. So we only have one more event here, which is the one that's in the plane that I own, so I'll be able to upgrade it. Hopefully it's not as crazy as that jet race, which I kind of gave up on. And then I'm not going to buy this on a GTR, so we can't do doubling mistakes, but this one's called Upping the Ante. I don't know, usually plane races are pretty chill. When it's an actual race, obviously here we have low altitude, which is going to be more kind of short and have a level of stress to it. Usually the full plane races or air races in summer contests I find like are pretty chill. Sometimes they're kind of long, but it's like you're usually just flying like really high up, like above the mountains or whatever. And I don't know, it's usually cool. This might be different. The main thing right now is we gotta upgrade this as much as I can. I'm not gonna bother with any customization. I don't know if I've ever used this plane before at all. It's possible I've never used this. Also, I have better plane parts than I thought. I can actually have this almost maxed. Get super close. Yeah, 655 out of 670, which is quite good. This thing is way better than it was stock. Alright, Zivco Edge 540 V3 from 2016. Most of the planes in this game actually are like vintage, so this is actually a newer plane. Oh yeah, oh my god, the rudder steering is so much better in this than it was in the jet. I don't know why in the jet it's so bad, because in the plane it's so much better. I don't need to do the extra steering, you know, the rudder is definitely enough. Just gotta work on the elevation a bit here, because I'm kind of going all over the place. Yeah, this is definitely the kind of plane race that I'm used to. Also, I just noticed that there's off-road cars racing below me. So just like the jet race, I'm trying to beat cars. and it looks like time is getting added or something when they get to the checkpoint before I do. I think it's like just under a second is getting added for each car that makes it to a checkpoint before I do. I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks like I passed all of them, so that's good. So plane races I can definitely do. Just a straight up good old fashioned air race I can definitely work with. It's the jets, the new, there's only the one jet in this game still, I think. The Alpha jet. I do not like it. I can't handle that thing for the life of me, even though it's way faster than this. The regular planes are just so much easier to steer. It makes a massive difference. Also, I think overall this track is more relaxed. It's kind of, it's a rally race. The cars below me are doing rally. They're doing part on-road, part off-road. But it's all along like this black sand beach. It's like sunset and everything. I feel like they always do these plane races at sunset too. They always just want to make it like as chill as possible. Yeah, the other one was like above, you know, a highway and everything. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Bro. I crashed literally right at the end because I thought I was too high. We're good. I crashed into the finish line before I went through it. Alright, that's good. Yeah, plane race went way better than the jet race. Way better. Alright, so that's it for all the races tonight, all the events. Now we have the feats, which I'm going to try all three of them. And then, I gotta remember, I also wanted to take a look at my avatar customization. So we're going to start off with long jump, which needs to be done in an Alpha GP car. I'm guessing this will be off-road, like the Alpha GP races. And I own the RB18, so we're going to be using this. This is what my RB18 looks like. Pretty close to the OG. Got some vanity stuff. Upgrades, pretty much, well yeah, it's maxed out. Just got a few of these, maybe higher rarity. Just the one. I've got 3 golds on this. Yeah, it's 990. It's all maxed. So, okay, it's not even an off-road long jump. Also, didn't we do this one recently? I'm pretty sure this is like a new ramp that they added to this, you know, this playground. I don't know what this place is called really. I feel like not a lot of races actually go through here. They've got this whole like playground set up here, like the main hub or whatever. Anyways, maybe this ramp is placed differently than before. But I feel like very recently, maybe last week or the week before that, we had a long jump feed that was like this. It was like same thing, I used my F1 car. I went back as far as I could and then... Oh yeah, I think I remember, that one didn't have a ramp this big, I think. Maybe I've also got the bigger ramp, I don't know. I've lost track. Like I said earlier, this game has a lot of stuff to remember. Okay. Based on the mini-map, this is pretty much how far I can go back. It's kind of the edge. That's the limit. Alright, so we're just going to gun it forward and then we're going to hit this huge ramp. And hopefully this will be crazy. I think it will be. Let's go. Okay, it's off-road before the ramp. There we go, jump as far as possible. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. That was pretty mental. Like the off-road race we did before. I think in real life you would die if you tried that. I think your F1 car would literally just explode on impact. When you're going at that speed and you're that high up and your car just like hits the ground like that, I think it would like you know like in action movies when a car falls off a cliff, I think it would literally just explode on impact. All right, yeah, that was cool. So I haven't done that specific long jump before. I'm wondering if for summit contests they kind of put up temporary like ramps around the map, or if that's always been there, or if maybe it was added in like a more recent update or whatever. I don't know. Pretty sure I haven't done that specific long jump before. It was mostly on road so that I could get going really fast, and then there was a little bit of off road right before the ramp, and then there was just like a it was just open air after that. The ramp was huge, and we nosedived off a cliff. Crazy. Alright, we have a bullseye that is no restriction, and this is an on-road bullseye. Okay, we'll see if it goes off-road, but for on-road, definitely want to stick in the RB18 for this one. On-road bullseye is very similar to slalom. You just want something quick and good at handling. F1 car is perfect. Okay, this is actually on the Gymkhana track. Yeah, this is the Gymkhana track, right? It definitely is. But like without the obstacles, I think. Yeah. This is literally the Gymkhana track without all like the flashy stuff on the side. It's still got the stunts, like the ramps and I'm assuming the rails and all that. But it doesn't have all like the labeling and stuff. Actually, it doesn't say Gymkhana anywhere. There we go, there's the Hoonigan logo. Yeah, that's the Gymkhana track. I felt like I actually didn't do my best on that one, but I got 90,000 points, so I guess I did do pretty good on that. That's cool. Yeah, that was a fun one actually. That was a good bullseye. That's the kind of bullseye I like. Just let me use my, my best car for that, and on a unique sort of terrain there. Going all over the Gymkhana track and a bullseye. Oh, I pressed restart by accident. No, I'm definitely content with the 90k. We're good. Alright. So, we got one more feat that we're going to do here, which is the low altitude. No restriction, but low altitude is only done in planes. So, well, I guess you could probably use the jet for this too. Actually, maybe you could use the helicopter. Because they recently added helicopters to this game too before jets. And I have the helicopter. But I think planes are faster than helicopters, so I'll just use whatever plane I have maxed out, or the highest upgraded. And we'll do some low altitude, which is usually easy to pass, but hard to get good at. It's hard to get good scores on this. Fly very low. Yeah, they want you to almost touch the ground. They're dangerously low. This. Also, I don't usually hit the ground, but I do often hit trees. Like when you're flying low, usually trees are the problem. As long as you're kind of on the tree line, it counts, but it's like, they want me to be following the road here, really. So that's what they want. Let's go this way. Ah, crap. Hit a tree and just like... Yeah, just dead stop. Alright, 30k, that's fine. That's fine. That's low altitude. Alright, so I think I've already been streaming for like an hour now. It's almost 7:30. But even though we're done with the summit contest this week, I'm not going to stream quite yet. like I said earlier, I want to like, customize my avatar, which I haven't done in a long time. So I think we should kind of take a look at all the, new customization that I've been earning or whatever over the months since we were last customized my character. Just gonna go through that. Also, I'm almost in the top 6K right now for platinum. It's definitely going to drop. It's possible I could be in silver by the end of the week. I usually do all 9 events in the long run. Okay. So looks like I've leveled up a bunch for the main stage. Yep. Uncommon title, oddball. Got my proto concept spear racing. So I was saying earlier, I forgot to give you this, like, at the end of the main stage, like when the new one starts, or if you get it right when you earn it, which, if that's the case, now this is mine. It was added to my F1 collection. Proto concept spear racing. Should be an interesting looking car, I think. And not only did we hit level 3, but I also hit level 4. I got the rare title, Limit Tester. That's a cool one. We can try to hit level 10 next week. Probably not, since I'm only level 4, but I guess it's possible. Maybe hit level 10, get that underglow. I think it's the psychedelic underglow. Yeah, that could be cool. Maybe on that proto F1 car. Could go with it. Or any other oddball car, I guess. It's the uncommon title. It's a bit of a weird one. Okay. So going to profile. Yeah, we're going to look at avatar customization. Before that, I actually want to look at titles, which are kind of a part of avatar customization. So I've got a bunch of these like common ones. The one that I have equipped right now is an uncommon, Bolt. And yeah, I only have 3 rares, which are all quite new. I don't even know how you get like a unique title. But yeah, these are all more recent because rare titles I'm pretty sure used to be earned at level 10 in the Legend Pass. Now rare is earned at I don't remember exactly. I think uncommon maybe was level 5 and then rare was level 10. Now uncommon is level 2 and rare is level 4. So they changed it. They made it easier for all of them, and they pushed them all back, epic and legendary as well. It's now easier for everyone to get titles on main stage Legend Passes. So anyways, I have 3 rare titles now. Nomad, Limit Tester, and Pole Position. I kind of like Limit Tester actually. That's the one we just got. I think that one's my favorite probably, this rarity. Let's go with that. Limit Tester. I'm not gonna bother with Legend points until we fly. After that, the main stage starts and I get all my Legend points from this one. Okay, avatar customization. I haven't customized this guy in a while, so let's see what kind of new outfits we got to work with here. So I have this Porsche Polo, aviator jacket, Apex pilot. This I had as part of my outfit before, the Porsche shirt. I had this bomber jacket, Japan Waves, which I also got as a reward from a one of the tracks. Stock shades, maybe. That's pretty cool. That was probably also on stage. Carpet. the difference between Night Stalker's yellow and shirts over here. There's Hellfire leather jacket. I think this was actually the stock shirt that it shows you. I know I earned this recently. This is cool. Black shirts, white rings. They seem to, at least in this thing, it seems like all the clothing, most of the clothing is sponsored by or inspired by like real brands or real designers. So this one isn't by Rain Spooner, this one's just Keanu's shirt. Okay, is Keanu like a character in the Motorfest story? I don't know. I don't know who Rain Spooner is, but he's added these designs, and I guess I don't think I've seen these before, so I must have earned these from a lot of recent main stages and stuff. Got some Hoonigan shirts. Donut Media merch. Alright, we got some cool stuff. What should we base the fit on? I'm down with kind of a relaxed sort of thing. Could go with one of these Rain Spooner shirts. I kind of like these are supposed to be from like Chase Squad, I think. So they're kind of cool, but we could go with more kind of like a chill vibe. I like the red, classic shirt. I like the pineapples too. We'll try this. We'll see if I have some matches. Lower body. I have 5 lower body pieces. Could buy some. I'm pretty sure the reason why I have so many shirts is because the game gives you this kind of stuff. Like I think usually the team timeline each main stage for level 4 it always has like a upper body customization. But they never give me lower body or shoes or anything, so I always have to buy my own if I want to get it. I'm just thinking that out there. We could go like jeans or something like that. I feel like I should buy. I mean, I have a lot of effects and some of this stuff's pretty cheap, so let's buy a pair of shorts that go with this shirt. Shorts. Definitely don't want to go with the skinny These pants are pretty cool. This is like lately it's very trending for a lot of younger people to wear like extremely baggy pants. I kind of hate baggy pants. What I do like is pants that are baggier like at the top, but then they thin out towards the ankle. Usually I like skinnier pants, but these kind of pants are pretty cool. Like, I'm down with these as well. Baggy at the top, but thin at the bottom. They've got the straps to it, which is sort of the design. It's a modern design. I think it looks pretty cool. Pants with straps or whatever, or chains. The stuff that's there clearly is just revisions. Straps thing. So I'm down with those kind of pants, but not with this shirt. This kind of shirt. These kind of pants are not my vibe at all. I see a lot of people my age wearing pants like this, guys and girls. They're just like, these ones look extremely ridiculous because of the bright pink, but I don't know what's worse, the ones that go down past your shoes or your pants are dragging on the floor, or the ones that are flush. This just looks so ridiculous. Pants that are like over twice as wide as your leg is, and they're floods. To me, these kind of pants just look so ridiculous. You can't even catch me wearing those kind of pants in a video game. Literally. We're looking in a video game fashion here. It looks like if you hit the end, these shorts kind of fit the vibe, but also these are like exclusive. Yeah, these have to be earned somehow. They're also just a lot brighter and more vibrant than the shirt, so I don't want to do those. I don't know. There's some cool pants and shorts and stuff. Some of this stuff is exclusive. Where do we... Yeah, how much of this is exclusive, actually? Okay, this is where the cutoff is. So it's only like half of this stuff can actually be bought, but at least what you can buy is quite cheap. Yeah, I don't know. What kind of pants or shorts are going to go with this, this shirt? I don't know. I would do like shorts, but there's not a ton of options. We could do like jean shorts. Definitely not those ones. Jeez. What was like the least girly looking pair of jean shorts? Probably these ones. Cargo shorts. Cargo shorts would work if there was a color that matched this shirt, which these colors don't really match it. This brown is fine. It's really bland. I'm trying to give my outfit some character here, you know? Alright, I'll go with just the plain jean shorts, I think. Those can go with other outfits too. Yeah, the other ones kind of look, I don't know, some of these look pretty girly, I mean, especially the one with the flowers. Okay, I'll go with these ones. These are about as normal as you can get for some jean shorts. Only 7,000 bucks, nice and cheap. Alright, shoes. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, I looked at shoes before and there's also a bunch of shoes that are like exclusive. So I don't know how many I'm actually going to be able to buy. So I have these speed bright sneakers. Also got some boots. Boots are not going to cover jean shorts. Those shoes are way too colorful. I need something that's not boring but also not shoes look like the kind of shoes that, like, in real life would be like very expensive before they're closed. I don't know. I think the white shoes kind of work. I think I do want to do white shoes. The question is, those are the my character, my avatar in game is very muscular calves. So it's just kind of, obviously kind of small on me. The other kind of white high tops. Sneakers high is like more like Jordan sort of things. So we could just get these in white. I kind of like those other ones though. They look like, they look kind of fancy, but they're not like high tops, obviously, like lower shoes. But, you know, they have a cool look to them, and I think the white works with this. Just the jean shorts and the wine shirt. I think I run with white shoes usually. Just don't get them dirty. Alright. And then helmet. Yeah, with this fit, probably not gonna get a helmet. Also, I only have two. So probably not gonna get a helmet or anything. Most of these are exclusive anyways. Could do a hat. I had the Motorfest hat before. Could drop the hat and change my hair as well. Because for some reason I made this guy like bald. I don't know why. I think I've always had a hat on at some point or another. With every outfit he's had a different sort of hat. So if I were to buy a new hat, what do we got? That looks good. Alright, we got some different styles here. These ones are exclusive. There's some cool exclusive ones here. Cowboy hat, operating attic one too. That's a playlist, right? So I could actually go and finish that playlist and I could unlock this hat. Most of the stuff I'm thinking maybe is actually unlocked like through challenges and stuff, because a lot of this is based on, yeah, like there's some stuff that's past main stage. So if you miss out on main stage like clothing, I don't think you can like ever get it again. With playlist stuff, there's just specific challenges and stuff you have to go and do over and over. We have a toque here. Is it the only toque? The only beanie? In America, this refers to as a beanie. In Canada, we call these toques usually. The winter hat. It's the only toque here. A lot of different caps, both like the baseball cap and the basketball cap. The bucket hats too. They call this a bob. Never heard of that's weird. I've never heard of a bucket hat called a bob before. But I guess it kind of makes sense because it's kind of like the same shape as a bob hairstyle maybe. Also, the basketball cap they call a baseball cap, and the baseball cap they call an old school cap. So like a classic like cap with the curved, brim, that's usually a baseball cap, and the ones that are a little taller and they have the flat brim, those are more like a basketball cap. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's the same really. Baseball cap, Motorfest. Alright, well, I think we should get a hat. This character looks cool with a hat. Which one should we get? This one looks kind of nice. I think it matches his fit. Actually, I think like almost every cap that they have forward facing, you can get backwards as well. Starting here, those are all exclusive. It's supposed to be BMW M. It doesn't really look like M to me. Anyways, I'll go with this hat. I don't know what brand this is, but it looks cool. It works. Also, $3,000 for a hat in real life is a scam, but in this game, it's actually very cheap. Considering I have 2 million, like spending a few thousand on clothing and stuff, it's a fraction of what I pay on a basis. Okay, shades. Could buy new shades too, or I could use one of the ones that I already bought. I think the shades never really need to match. Like, shades just kind of just identical shades. I could go with like a blue or something to make it match more. Make it match the fit. Oh yeah, you can also they have like masks that are part of the glasses. Why wouldn't they just call this like a face? This whole section is called glasses. These aviators are pretty cool, but these are from Donk versus Lowride, so we'll have to go earn those from the challenge probably. Okay, I definitely like the aviator style glasses. So starting here is ones that I can buy. So I could go like with these ones. Is that too bright blue? Maybe I should go with like these ones. Yeah, let's go with these ones I think. Because these ones match the shirt better. But I want to go with these ones because they're more of a different blue, just to kind of offset it a little bit. Because the hue of these shades matches the shirt, but they're like also more, they're brighter, they're more vibrant. So with these ones, it looks better. Blue sky versus lagoon. Yeah, blue sky glasses go better with this fit, I think. And we also have gloves, and then you can also do full suits, which I usually stay away from. These usually aren't my cup of tea. So yeah, we could just go no gloves to really have sort of a normal look here on my character. Oh yeah, we definitely... Yeah, I was gonna say we could look at some gloves, but no, none of these match. Yeah, these leather gloves don't match this outfit. And these ones all have to be earned, and there's only 3 of them, so there's not a lot of different gloves in this game. Alright, we'll go no gloves. There we go. I like this outfit. This is the most like real outfit I've done in this game. The most like realistic looking one. Like, I think my avatar looks cool, but he doesn't look like a freak, you know? He looks like a normal guy. That, well, I don't know. He looks like a normal, professional race car driver who lives in Hawaii for Motorfest. That's what he looks like. Okay. And then yeah, animations. I remember this as well. Yeah, this is, I think they let you choose one of these or whatever. Either this one is the default or I earned it somehow. Yeah, this was the one that I chose. So when you do like online stuff, like a grand race, I think I'm on the leaderboard, it would show my character doing this in the list. Yeah, it looks good though, because most of these look kind of silly. A lot of them I think you just kind of start dancing or whatever. Fortnite emo. And a few of these are exclusive rewards. So maybe this one was an exclusive reward. I'm gonna keep the analyst. I think this works with any outfit. Victory, Master of Light. Oh yeah, I think my character's always been doing this, you know. I think he does this every time I venture race. Always flexing this emote on the bots. Turn it up. Victory spin and turn it up. I think both of them just take a little bit too much energy. Yeah, let's stick with this one. Alright, there we go. Just some fun customization of my avatar. So, yeah, my avatar will probably look like this now for the next few months, few main stages, until I decide that his outfit needs a change again. I think this one works. Definitely fits the Hawaii vibe. Other than that is going to be it for tonight. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream on the Crew Motorfest, and I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye.